Black Unicorns, and today is all about 6 types of courage. 6 types of courage. Yeah, I am like flabbergasted with these freaking blacks. I do not like that. I'm just like, that has never happened to me. I don't know which mascara I'm using that's doing it, but I don't like it. But I do like this chocolate. This chocolate. Chocolate, my butt. Chocolate. I got on a Puma shirt too. Okay, so let's talk about this courage, and we'll talk about how to build the self-esteem to get there. So let's first talk about like how to build self-esteem. So the first thing is, and this is from drdeborahcampbell.com. Dr. Dr. Deborah Debra Campbell CAMPBELE.com. I'll try to put it on there. If I forget, I apologize. It's just a matter of me forgetting. That's it. So okay. So the first thing is reflect and celebrate. Make it a daily habit to replay happy times, celebrate big and small achievements, and reflect on all that is going well in your life. So I'm gonna write this down because that's the truth. Like it is like what I think about is just like making you guys a celebration book, and it's not gonna be a book. I'm just gonna make a page. So let me put it on my tab. So it's like that's something that you really kind of need to do. Is just celebrate the small things, because people now make it a habit to be like, oh God, that was just so stupid. Like, yeah, you tied your shoe. That's dumb. Like, but I don't know, it's a good habit. You know what I'm talking about? It's like I tied my shoe, but I don't have to worry about tying it anymore. So it's like, um, let me put create. I always say make. It's like, no, I'm gonna create a daily reflection page. You can also do this with I'm gonna also put on there like a habit tracker at the bottom. A habit tracker. You listen to my English. Where is the accent from, y'all? It's like I travel so much. Where does the accents come? Where do they come from? Where do my accents come from? Tracker. That's some Chicago stuff. It's a tracker. That's like that's we say tracker. Chicago people say tracker. So anyway, like stairs and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make you guys like a reflection page or whatever, daily reflection page and a habit tracker. And like, I'm serious. Like, if you're not a positive person, I also put on there the worst part of your day. I'll put like a little part at the bottom, like so you can write a really small little fit. But that's what it is. It's like you have to celebrate everything. Like celebrate your living, because I'm telling you, you already came in first place. Like if you were on this earth, you actually came in first place. It's no joke. Like you are actually a winner. Like it's not even something that we even be like trying to talk about. You came from your father's balls, and guess what? You're here. You're here, darling. So guess what? You won. Self talk. Would you lovingly encourage the way you speak to yourself in your head? If not, consider changing your style to a more supportive self-talk. I talk about this all the time. Like, just tell yourself that you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, you are great, you are all these different things, so that you can get yourself to where you need to be. Next, set goals and follow through. This is like the most important part of life. Is like not to lie to yourself. Don't ever lie to yourself, because if you lie to yourself, darling, you'll never get there. You won't ever get like, I'm serious. Like you would actually go crazy if you lie to yourself. You have to actually tell yourself the truth. And that's it. Like I'm not saying what you say to other people, forget it. If you feel like you have to tell that person the truth, maybe tell them the truth. But for real, don't lie to yourself. And make sure you be there for people too, because it's like you actually are a hero, whether you think so or not. Everybody is a hero. Don't hold back on your goals. If they matter to you, self esteem skyrockets when you complete what you say you're going to do and give yourself your best. So even on your workouts and stuff, like I told y'all, my friend Clara, she used to put whatever the thing, the pedometer on her foot and just sit it at the and just do this. I just block the pedometer. Like she really did something like that's not helping you. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like some things you can't fit. I mean, you can't do. You know what I'm talking about? Like I always do my workouts. I'd never seen anybody want to do that before, because the pedometer, like nobody's reading it. Like it's just like a manual pedometer. It's not even a Fitbit, like where you have an actual competition. So it was like, why would you do that? You know what I'm talking about? So in the end, you'll end up going crazy because you lying to yourself. It's like no sense in saying, "Oh, I didn't get the results" or whatever. And it's because you lying. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't develop what you need to develop, then that's the problem. Okay, and be prepared. Now, so let's talk about being prepared. Develop a process for dealing with unhelpful feelings and thoughts. Know what helps you. Writing it out, exercise, talking out, speaking back to the inner critic, changing the station. And this is where cognitive behavior therapy comes in. So this is something you can actually just do on your own, cognitive behavior therapy. It's the ABC. It's like what happened before, what happened during, and how am I going to process this afterwards. And so I'm serious. Sometimes you're gonna process it by breaking the fucking mirror, and you have to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you're gonna process it by driving fast and almost thinking that you're gonna be in a car accident. Sometimes you're gonna process it by pulling over to the side of the road and crying. And it's like you have to actually do that. So now you want to take those instead of breaking the mirror. I'm gonna clean up. Instead of driving fast, I'm gonna pull over and stop at a Starbucks and have a drink. Or I'm gonna get out the car and start walking. I'm gonna pull over, park my car, and get out the car and start walking. You see, I'm talking about instead of pulling over and out the car and walking, I'm gonna actually find a park, get a cup of water. So it's like you just replace it with something better. So you have to be prepared. So cognitive behavior therapy actually helps you be prepared because you are not always prepared. Sometimes you don't know the answer. If you don't have that experience, you won't always know the best answer. You see what I'm saying? So some people will come to you, they know what they're doing is against the fucking law, and they'll be trying to like get you to do what's against the law. So I remember we were taking our dog to the zoo, and our dog is an ESA animal, and the lady was like, "You can't bring the dog in here," and we could because we actually need the dog to be with us. So we'd be like, I would be so scared y'all taking the dog with us, and we actually had the dog. So I would be like, she might attack somebody, and she never does. Like she actually knows how to guard the house and be a ESA animal when we take her places. And so I would be like, Blake, I don't want to take her because I feel scared. And Blake be like, no, we can take her. It's something that we can do. And it'd be like, okay, we would be going back and forth. And Blake was right. And the dog was right too, because they both know how to behave. Like, it's like, it wasn't a problem. Like, she knows how to behave. But it's scary when somebody is coming past the house and she barks at them. And the reason why she would be barking is because they were evil. And y'all, I'm not lying. Our dog is like so nice to people. But then it's like we're getting in a situation where it'd be like somebody that was in danger, like dangerous to us. Like when she snapped at the guy that was coming and talking about he the irrigation guy. And he eventually came back like he's just walking crazy. He followed us to Alton, which I do have to be. He's trying to act like he's a Hispanic man, dressed like he, and our dog actually attacked him for no reason. It's just like she got in her car and just went for him. Never did that in her life. She also attacked the maintenance guy, and he was like really mean to me all the time, like even before we got the dog. So it was just like, this is the truth. Like you have to really be prepared for stuff like this. Like it's like, and so when we would take the dog somewhere, when Brandon was there, he would be like having somebody come to us and tell us we can't bring the dog in the store. Nobody is supposed to question it at all because that is an actual animal that I needed with me all the time. You see what I'm talking about? And then it came and took my dog, kidnapped my son, all this different stuff. And it's like, okay, but I was prepared, had all the answers. He did what he wanted to do anyway. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck is wrong? So you have to prepare. And I'm telling you, even if you are prepared, he still did what he wants to do or what he felt like he could do. It's wrong. Call the FBI. That is the problem that I'm having. Be mindful. Become aware of your habitual thoughts and feelings about yourself. They are not facts you can question and replace perfectionism and other limiting beliefs. If you have a Virgo child, I'm serious, we are like that. Like we just think if like Blake is the same way. He's like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm his mama because we both think the same way. But the person that's stalking us would be like anything we say that's bad about us, they're like, yeah, so that's true. You know what I'm talking about? Like it'll be like, well, I don't think I can work that program, but I can do it. So the only part they hear is, I don't think I can work that program, and then they'll be like, well, give it to somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? Because they want to keep stealing from us. So it's like they just keep trying to like make anything that we think that we say out loud. It's like that's true. It's not. It's not true. You know what I'm talking about? Like we actually say it, but it's like yeah, we can do that. So it's like this person just keeps trying to hold us back in some kind of way. Okay. Find your flow. Flow is a place to re-energize and re-inspire yourself, to immerse yourself in pleasure and ease, doing something that challenges and engages you, giving you pleasure. Know what takes you there and dive into flow regularly. To find it, follow your life's joy, the things you love to do, explore your talent. So this is when I was telling you guys, like with the CBT book too, it's almost like you can figure out what's in your DNA by who you are. I know that's, oh my God, I read that so choppy, but it's like what's in your DNA. Who do I think I am? What can I do to become that? And that's what you do. Like that's what you do. You find your flow, and hopefully nobody interrupts it. And if they do, honey, there's a plan A through Z for you, darling. Just look at it as a good thing. Fuck 'em. Focus on experiences. Prioritize experiences, learning, and intelligence over appearance. They offer deeper and more lasting pleasure. So this is something I tell my son about running our company. Always do an interview first over the phone, and then invite the person in. When you do the interview, look at their talent, look at what they can offer you, and look at what they can do, as opposed to looking at how they look. And my son said, "I do." I said, "Okay," and he's telling the truth. He's right. Keep good company. There's a saying, before you diagnose yourself as having depression or low self-esteem, check you're not just surrounded by assholes. This is from me. I'm not lying. This is what I actually tell people too, because you could be in the wrong company. Like it's like my whole entire uh college experience, I was in the wrong company. Like this person set out to stalk me for real. Jack Gibson and his sister actually set out to stalk me for real. And I'm trying to give you a gift. You trying to kill me for giving you a gift. So it's like y'all set out to stalk me for the rest of my fucking life. You got to be fucking kidding me. So make sure you and get good company. Although it's a joke, there's actually something quite psychological about it. About that. Choose to be around people who aren't afraid to give compliments, to be kind, to be generous, love, and be loved. And to get you help when you need help. Act with consistency. Want to start exercising, meditating, or eating better. Decide to do it. Don't just think about it, just do it. Keep choosing to do it. Consistency is a massive part of success. And that's the truth. You have to be able to tell yourself the truth. That's still the same thing. Tell yourself the truth. Go all in. Succeed or fail. It grows self esteem and self respect to use your abilities and courage rather than to hold back or hide from challenges. So, that's it. Like, make sure you succeed. Help somebody. A great thing to do if you're feeling lower down on yourself, to help somebody else. And this is when I say I'm selfish, because it feels so good. It feels so good. And that's what Ralph Smart, he's like, it feels so good to be alive, darling. It does. It feels so good to help people. Today, a woman helped me with a song. Like, she played Stephanie Mills all morning for me at the bus stop. And it was so cool on the speaker, y'all. She played Stephanie Mills on the speaker. The best song today was I Feel Good All Over. You and I. Okay, learn to be alone. Relationships are important, but so is alone time. Learn to use and value alone time. Find your flow and follow the joy of your interests and passions. So that's something I always say too. Learn to be alone, because honey, you would die by yourself. And when you going through those thoughts and all this stuff, and it's all stuff that would actually be what kills you. I'm not joking. If you had like a great life, you know how they always like got these like guru people. I think it was like, because I feel like I'm Suki or somebody. It's like, you know how I think that was what it was. Blood. What was it called? Blood. Whatever. It was the thing about the vampires. Anyway, how the young person just like kind of um, dissipated or whatever, because he was so like enlightened. That's what it is. It's like if you actually are honest with yourself, whether it's rude or disrespectful, whatever people think, if you actually honest with yourself and how you feel about other people, you yourself will actually become more enlightened yourself, because it's like, why lie? You know what I'm talking about? Like, why lie? Why scheme for money and all this different stuff? Because it's really not worth it in the end. Like, if you really watch a person that scams, they never have anything to eat. So you just like, because you still a thief. So that's it. It's like you lie and create all these situations and make up all these stories, and then you have like all these negative experiences. So it's like that's all you can draw back on is like a negative experience. You can't ever have a positive answer. Oh my God, my belly is like itching. So you can never have a positive answer. So it's like you don't have the experience. You don't have a real life experience that you would actually need, and that's something that's very important to your health. So in the end, like it's like you'll end up looking old and decrepit and stuff. But it's like if you actually start to enlighten yourself, like do yoga, meditate, think about the positivities, help each other, all this different stuff, you start to look younger. You start to look like Madonna. Like Madonna was born yesterday, but not Madonna gonna wake up one day. She gonna have a picture as a little girl. I'm serious. Like she looks like a freaking teenager. It's like one day we're gonna see a picture of her as a little girl. You could just be like, oh my god, she's back at hopscotch again. Like she's doing hopscotch again, and her girl's gonna be taking care of her. Like come in here and eat. Come eat. So yeah, the six types of courage. Her son gonna be like, oh my god, she's climbing on stuff again, trying to get to the cookies. It is like ridiculous how good she look, and that's because she is a very loving person. Like it's like the enlightenment is just there. She's just a piece of light. I'm not joking. She is a full lighted person. So the six types of courage. Physical courage to keep going with resiliency, balance, and awareness. So physical courage, like um people get tired. Have you seen the picture? It's like a painting where this woman get out of bed. She got on her. I'm sorry, y'all. I think this is when black women are the most beautiful. It's when you got on the house coat and you sit in the house walking around and everybody else looking at this painting like, oh my god. I mean, you can see how it looks tired because the person actually painted it going down like this, and I'm just like, you are gorgeous. And it's because they thin and they skin is like all pretty and brown, and it's like that's the stuff he didn't show. Like it's like the suppleness of like the skin, like the water, like all my aunties, they just so gorgeous, and so it's like I love it. So it's like to keep going with resiliency, balance, and awareness. So I have a lot of women in my family that will still work. Like I'm for real. If you saw the women in my family, you would think they were probably like in their 50s, but they like almost hit 80 right now. And it's like y'all look good. You know, they thick, some of them thin. You just like in the 70s. You just like, God dang, she's so fine. You know, so it's like it's so crazy that people would think that that's like that's physical courage. It's like I know they've been through a lot. I know it, and it never shows. To keep with resiliency, balance, and awareness. Social courage to be yourself unapologetically, and that's it. It's hard to get there. I'm not saying you're not gonna lie. I'm not saying you're not gonna cheat, and I'm not saying not gonna steal. But it's like you have to be yourself unapologetically. I'm not saying you're gonna be the best woman in the room all the time. I'm not saying you're gonna be the worst. It's just like that is social courage. Be yourself. Oh my God, this guy had this meme. He's like coming through the Starbucks line, and lady's like, "Enjoy your drink," and he's like, "You too." And then he was like, "I said the wrong thing," and so he went home and just had a shower with his drink. Like, I'm such a horrible person, you know. It's like because that's what anxiety is. So. I'm not saying you won't have anxiety. So it's to just be yourself unapologetically, and that's something that's like we would feel so stupid. Like it would make us feel so stupid to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing because like you don't have the Starbucks experience, and these people are looking at me and they're so great in the environment and the ambiance, and it's like nope, they do the same shit you do. Even in Saks Fifth Avenue, you know, you don't have experience. You don't have to always walk out with a bag. That's what my dad told us when we went to this like high end store. He was mad at me because he was like, "You should have got a bag." And it's like, I don't need a bag. I'm trying to save the world. And so he just didn't understand. Like I had a receipt, so why should I need a bag? And it's like at that point, I did not know my dad is black. You know what I'm talking about? It's like y'all, I travel so much and I travel with like so many different people that color does not always have to come up. So it's like my dad was doing that to protect me because I'm black. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like if they won't touch me here. You get what I'm talking about? Like it's like I'm not gonna have that problem. So it'd be like in some parts of the world people have that problem because they look suspicious and I'm not joking. And so and then in other parts of the world they not doing anything. They not doing anything. Like I have never had those issues like that in my life. Like I've never had somebody just like you gonna rob the store. You know what I'm talking about? Like I used to just put my bag up. Depending on the neighborhoods I'm in, I know to put my bag up. Not all stores allow you to take your bag through. Not all art museums allow you to take your bag through. So it's not that it's a cultural thing or that it's the area. It's just like the bag is too big. You know what I'm talking about? It's not a purse. Um, So it's like a lot of people will tell you that, and sometimes it's even in good neighborhoods they'll tell you, "Can you please put your bag up?" And so it's not something that I feel is racist or anything. I just feel like it's a need to do it. Like if it's something that happened in the store, it's a high number of, I mean, it's a lot of people that cause this type of crime. Then just put the bag up out of respect. I don't have anything smart to say. I don't have anything mean to say about it, and I'm not trying to defend anybody. But I think that we need to start really being honest with what's going on. And so if the person is really honest, if these people come into my store and put stuff in their bag the whole time they in here, then guess what? It's that's what happens. And it happens all over the world. People steal all over the world. You see these videos, it's not just a black person stealing. You see white people stealing, you see Indian people stealing, you see Asian people stealing, sticking stuff in their shirts and all this different stuff. So it's like I don't know. I'm just, it's some things I do because that's what I have to do. And I travel a lot. So it's like, there's no need for me to be offended. So my dad, even though he lived in a different part, he always, him and his wife always felt um, as if everybody was racist. And it's like, well, that's not really racist. It's just, that's what happens. And it does not matter what part of the world I've been to, what part of the United States I've been to. It's just something that happens. Sometimes I got to put my bag next to the door. And I always ask them, I'm like, is it okay if I just walk out without a bag? Like I have my receipt. And the person always says, yeah, it's okay. I see you paid for it. So it's like the more cordial you are, the more cordial they are back to you. Like nobody's trying to accuse you all the time of stealing. They just saying this is what happens. This is a rule, and so now everybody has to follow it, whether they're a good person or not. And I could still be a thief. Because some people are nice like me, and they are really a thief. So as soon as you tell them to put the bag down, they'll be cussing you out. You see what I'm talking about? That's the difference. Like they might come in and be like, oh yeah, thank you, yes ma'am, yes, yes, yes. And they'll say, well, can you put your bag down? The person like, bitch, you done fucked up, and it's like, okay, now we see who you are. You see what I'm talking about? So it's like people really have to deal with that. They like a lot of people have to deal with it. So just put your fucking bag down and move the fuck on. If you don't want a bag, just ask if you could walk out with the bag and you have the receipt. That's it. They'll let you go. Okay, doing the right thing when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. So that's moral courage. We have to do the right thing all the time. That's why I told you all that to tell you this. Okay, that's moral courage. Emotional courage, feeling all emotions, positive and negative, without guilt or attachment. I always tell people I do not feel the same way because, like I said, I can't make an irresponsible decision. And if you are a bad person, I really don't give a fuck. If you have fucked people over, killed people, if you didn't try to scam people and all that shit, and it's time for you to have judgment from me, I don't give not two fucks. I don't care how fine you are, how cute your daddy said you was when you was little. I just don't care. I don't have the time because that means that um at this point you're trying to use my feelings against me, and I think that that's really like you trying to play me like I'm a fool or something. So it's just like, yeah, I don't have any. Just detach and fuck them up. That's how that works. That's all I'm saying. It's like you don't always have to have some type of emotional decision with everything. Like I hate now when men are like dating me and they think that I have to like follow them or go through their stuff or look on their Instagram and look up who they are. That's not me because I really don't give a fuck about you in the first place. Like until I can actually attach to you, then I would really care. And even when I curd, I wouldn't do that because I feel like that's a violation of your privacy. But as far as feelings go, I just don't have those type of feelings all the time because I know at any given point you're gonna think when you find out who I am, then you'll start like trying to act different or be funny or you see what I'm saying or think I'm vulnerable. And it's like no, I have to have the power to fuck you up at all times. So it's like I cannot just put myself fully into that. And I dare every other woman to do that too. Stop dating men and then just like putting your emotions into it because you had sex. Fuck them. If the sex is good, enjoy it. If it's not, then don't. If you find him cheating, leave his ass. That's it. And you see how I don't have any feelings about that? I don't. Don't let them get control of your feelings because then you will start trying to feel like you like a piece of shit or something. You not. You never were. Even if you do feel like a piece of shit, it never was your problem. If the person doesn't know your value, that's their problem. It's never your problem. So that is why you have to have emotional courage to just be like, fuck you and leave. And I'm talking about the best part of emotional courage is to actually tell your parents the shit they do is unfair. If they treat you unfairly, go ahead and treat them fairly and cut their ass off too. Because those are the people that are your biggest enemies and your biggest friends in your fucking life. I'm not joking. Your grandma, if she really is like trying to emotionally fuck with you, then you emotionally fuck with her and leave her the fuck alone. I'm saying like for real, drop her off somewhere and make her walk back. They'll stop. When people really realize what they doing, they will stop because she already knows she was trying to emotionally fuck with you, and that is not something that you actually need to do or go through. People don't tell you that. They always say, "Well, that's blasphemy." No, it's not. It is not blasphemy for you to actually respect yourself and give respect back. And I don't care if you have blood with them or anything. I am not joking. You can pick and choose how you gonna get them to straighten their ass up. It is no reason for them to disrespect you because you're younger or because of this. It is no reason for them to steal your money. It is no reason for any of that shit to happen. You just go ahead and show them how you will cut their ass the fuck off. That's what I'm saying. It's not blasphemy. They are lying. If you want to honor your mother and your father, you need to first then honor yourself. Don't let them fuck you over because they will fuck you and leave your ass out broke too. I'm not joking because my mama and my daddy did it. My grandmother did it. And they would sit there and pretend as if they didn't. If they gonna try to fuck you over, then you fuck them over too. Let's move on. Intellectual courage. To learn, unlearn, and relearn with an open and flexible mind. That's what it is. Do y'all know they wanted me to actually sacrifice my fucking self? My mama actually wanted me to sacrifice myself like I was in Benin City, Nigeria, for my family after I sacrificed one of my inventions. Wanted me to actually sacrifice myself, like actually kill my fucking self for them. Y'all, this shit is mind boggling to me. Mind boggling. They told me, and I didn't believe them. Because I was a young girl, I was like, I couldn't. And I tell my son, and he does not believe me. And I hope now he is really finding out. And he gonna really have to fuck some people over. I'm not joking. And it's easier for him. It's like once y'all do the shit, he just is really in the same place I am. We are not playing with y'all. Let's get to intellectual courage. To learn, unlearn, and relearn with an open and flexible mind. That's it. You always have to be open to learning. If a motherfucker is sitting in front of you and telling you that they already know everything, such as my father or my daddy, God is my father, then that is something where I'm just like, you must want to die. That's like an easy death. Just kill yourself, and that's the truth. Because if you don't want to learn and relearn and then get some new experience or get better at what you're doing, then guess what? What's the point of talking to you? You ain't shit anyway. Let's move on to the next thing. Spiritual courage. Living with purpose and meaning through a heart centered approach towards all life and oneself. Living with purpose and meaning through a heart centered approach towards all life and oneself. So it's just like that's it. Be honest and true to yourself. That's your spiritual courage. And all the stuff that I said was going to build self esteem, that will actually help you get to your spiritual courage. And so that means that to focus is you, trust you. It's okay for you to be selfish about you because God wants you to live so that you can create a better world. And that's it. Have a family, all those different things. Stay straight, whatever, pansexual, whatever. Have a family. Have a family, live together, be a group. Whatever you need to do to help yourself survive. Help your teachers move on. That's it. That's Shante Brown Sugar Talk from the Black Unicorn telling you. The biggest lesson today is honor yourself honor your mother and father by honoring yourself. And I'm not joking because that's the biggest hoax of them all. They will attach you to them and make you feel like you have to give them everything, and you don't. You do not. If you plan to care for your mother and your father, then plan and care for them. But don't let them try to fuck you over. And if they good people, don't fuck them over. You see, you don't have to drop them off and make them walk. But if they not, I'm telling you, drop their ass off, give them a compass, and make their ass walk the fuck back. Because ain't nobody got time to be playing with nobody out here. That bitch wanted me to sacrifice my fucking self. Have a good day.